Well, Season 8 is coming May 13th. We finally get the new OPR map after so long of waiting. But that's not all that we're going to get with Season 8. We've got a whole bunch of new artifacts coming, and I wanted to talk about a few of them today. Remember this build, the Great Axe and Rapier build. This one is a lot of fun, and it's Abyss that makes this build possible thanks to its scaling from intelligence. Well, with Season 8, we are going to be getting a new item called the Vampire Vestments, and this is going to make your regular attacks cost mana, which is a huge deal. Look at that beefy, almost 9k execute. Now imagine if we got to take advantage of the 15% bonus damage that Abyss gives. Honestly, I feel like this new artifact was tailor-made for Abyss builds that are pairing it with weird weapons like Rapier. And not only are we going to get to take advantage of the bonus damage from Abyss, but on top of it, we're also going to get a whole bunch of additional lifesteal on this build, which is just crazy because this is already a super lifesteal heavy build. I mean, it's literally like these vestments were made for this build. I'm so excited. So unfortunately, we don't get the vestments until we have a little bit of a grind done in the Seasons Pass. Hopefully, it's the first one we get from the Seasons Pass. If not, I'm going to have to grind out like 80 Seasons Pass within the first couple days because I really, really want to try this build out. And especially because this is a combo that doesn't use a magic weapon, all of the attacks are going to have that 10% lifesteal. So yeah, that's really exciting. I also got a nice fancy new rapier. The gods of RNG blessed me on it. So yeah, this is one that I'm going to be playing as soon as I can once Season 8 comes out. The next artifact that I wanted to talk about is the Old Crown. And this one is interesting because it's kind of like the attuned leather pants. However, it's a little bit different. We get plus 10 to all attributes with it. We also get a 3% physical and elemental flat damage reduction. Now, I know a lot of people like to run attuned leather pants for glass cannon kind of setups just to give them all that additional stat, especially if you're already sitting at Empower Cap. They're a really good option for a bunch of different builds. But this is something different entirely. I think that for PvP especially, where armor and damage all come together, and if you're mixing weapons together that use a variety of different attributes, this is going to be a really good set to have. Now, I'm curious when we upgrade this to 725, whether we get plus 11 to all stats, kind of like the attuned pants, or if it stays plus 10 to all stats. I guess we'll have to wait until Season 8 to see, but this is definitely an artifact that I'm going to be getting my hands on for build crafting in general, and it comes from the PvP reward tracks, which is awesome because I have been getting a bunch of PvP reward track items recently. And the final artifact that I wanted to talk about is that new blunderbuss. I don't know how this one will play out. I thought that it would knock back people on all shots. It's actually only on blast shot that you'll get the knockback with this blunderbuss. 300% pushback though, that's crazy. So I'm curious how far you can send people flying with it. It's got to be at least a little bit further than the hammer will send people flying, but not quite as much as that really juiced up hammer knockback that we had on the PvP servers this past season. This one's going to come from OPR, so it will be very easy to get your hands on. That's a little scary. Good thing they're nerfing aim lock next patch because blunderbuss is probably going to be pretty popular thanks to that new artifact. And of course, just pestilence already being a really good artifact. Now, of course, there are a few other artifacts that are coming with this update, but honestly, they're not that interesting for me. One of them's like a PvE tanking sword, and one is a tanking shield, and then the other ones, I just don't really know what I would use them for build-wise. Maybe the Heart Rune one could be interesting if the haste from that Heart Rune actually stacks with you already sitting at haste cap, so you could go maybe over haste cap with it, but I highly doubt that's what they're going to do with it. So otherwise, I do think that a lot of the other artifacts are just going to be basically duds right out of the gate. But yeah, I mentioned the three that I'm really looking forward to. Honestly, I cannot wait to play Rapier and Great Axe next patch. I feel like that build is going to be hella good. And it already was a really fun build. I'm not going to say it was the best build. It wasn't bad at all, but I think it'll actually be a really good build now. So, I'd love to hear what you guys think about those artifacts. Until then, I've got a little bit more PvP commentary for you guys today. I know I have so much Firestaff Rapier footage that I've just been sharing with you guys, I've just been playing this one a whole bunch, and you guys know it. It's my favorite build. It's so great at all kinds of PvP. So let's get into it. I jump onto the back guy here, hit him with the fireball. I think he actually dodges the fireball, but there's big damage on the flesh going through him. And man, the Void Gauntlet player, oh, we just bait him into the trade, and we dodge almost all of his Void Blades there and get really good damage into him. He keeps trying to back up. I go for the burnout to get on top of him, and it looks like he blew his stamina, switches to his musket. Nope, that's not going to work. We quickly take him down with the rapier, then just head back towards the back of the stack. I think what I like about this video, at least for the footage, is I'm not in the enemy outpost the whole time. That's kind of cool. Usually that's where almost all my fights happen, so it's nice to get a little bit of a change of scenery. There's a huge connection on that burnout. Oh my god, the poor guy I think takes about 7k damage on the double crit there, and then the burns end up finishing him off. Burnout can just be nasty amounts of damage when you get it right. And I jump on the healer, I feed him a few pokes, but as soon as these guys come out of the doorway here, I decide to get back behind the rocks here. I really like fighting on this outpost versus, or at this spawn versus the other spawn on this map. Another huge burnout. Oh my god, light attack into evade, nice and crisp. He ends up going down. Yeah. I really like fighting because of this bit of terrain here. This rock is awesome. You can rotate around it well. The only downside is that people do climb on top, like this guy here, and you can see he's already shooting his arrows at me. And we've got all players around me just shooting me with their guns. Oh man, this is the downside to this rock though, is that once you get surrounded all over, it's tough to stay alive when the rangers are all shooting at you. That being said, you know, Season 8, that new map's coming out, and there's going to be really good terrain for dealing with these kinds of situations instead of just having kind of one feature to rotate around here. But still, I'm doing my best. We managed to use the tree to get a little bit of LOS there too. And I get back up top, and these guys are just coming every single side here. Go for my quick potion chug there, and I turn around, feed this guy some pokes. Unfortunately, he has immunity as he comes out of the gate, so I am unable to get any really meaningful damage into him with those pokes. I think I still managed to get a bit of the lifesteal though, even though we didn't hurt him. And yeah, this is just going poorly for me. I'm getting hit from everywhere. I'm slowly getting chewed down by these guys. Go for the flash through here to try to get some pressure on the musket player. Again, we have to hug this terrain. We don't have a lot of good options. And there is a big connection with the fireball, and we hit him with the burnout. Another nice clean poke with the evade. And down that guy goes, and then I go for the burnout again around the corner. This guy ends up backing up, though, and yeah, I am slowly getting chewed down by these guys. I don't know what to say, you know? Look at all the bullets coming at me. Oh, man, but we got one spot here where we can kind of get on top of this guy. I go for a few pokes on him there, and we get trapped by the ice gauntlet. Oh, man. See, a little bit too aggressive, and we didn't have the terrain to get out of there. Down we go. Here's a look at this, the Fire Staff Rapier build. Now, I'm actually going to be playing a new build, finally. I know I've been playing this guy for a few weeks now, but I am excited to get back onto some Greatsword and Rapier, so look forward to that. I'll be streaming it today if you guys want to catch it. Otherwise, you will see it in my next upload. And, of course, I'm just kind of warming myself up for that Great Axe and Rapier build. It is going to be fun. I cannot wait. I feel like it's going to be really good. I don't know. Maybe I'm overestimating its ability here, but that lifesteal, man, is going to make a huge difference. The fact that we get the bonus damage from Abyss, I mean, it's just the build coming together, you know what I mean? So I would love to see more artifacts in the future. I really like a couple of these because they fit really well into a few different builds, kind of niche builds, and give those really good viable options. So yeah, good on AGS for releasing a few artifacts like that. Curious to see what other people will do with these new artifacts too. And as always, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.